What's up, DBs? Coach D Magic here, former D1 defensive back. We're gonna go over some drills to help you get better in your cover two. Now, as a safety in cover two, you have the deep half. But what is the deep half, okay? So you wanna know your landmarks. Landmarks are where you wanna get on the field as we get vision in our back pedal square and we're reading the quarterback, okay? So your landmarks can vary, but it's all gonna depend on the hash. So when you have two cones or a shoe, couple bottles, all right, you're gonna have your first cone be your initial landmark. That's gonna represent the hash, because your cover two landmarks are gonna be based on how deep and how far you are from the hash. So I've been in a lot of systems. Some coaches want you 2 yards from the hash, some coaches want you 4. So we're gonna go 3 yards off the hash, all right? So 2 to 4 yards off the hash, 12 to 14 yards deep, and we're gonna be 14 yards deep. So with your two items, this is gonna be your hash. So we're gonna be 14 yards deep. So you're gonna walk out 4 yards, and then you're gonna walk, you're gonna walk back 4 yards, and then you're gonna walk out 3 yards, okay? So that's our landmark, 3 yards outside the hash, 14 yards deep. Now, before you get into the pedals and before you get into any of the breaks, you gotta be comfortable dropping to your landmark. So a couple ways you can have your feet, okay? Let's say we're in a quarters look, or your coach wants your inside foot up like in quarters, all right? So you're gonna have your inside foot up close to the cone, and we're gonna have our eyes to the middle of the field, which is gonna be our quarterbacks. Or you can be in a even stance. So my feet are gonna be even, and I can drop out that way, okay? Now the way you get to your landmark is you're gonna be in a crossover run, and then we're going to square up in our back pedal, okay? So if I'm peeking at my landmark, I take a quick peek, boom, I square up in my back pedal, and I make sure as I'm backpedaling, if I need that extra yard to get to that landmark, I'm gonna weave out a little bit and then straighten up. Or if you are very good at your landmark, you already know where it is, I'm having vision on the quarterback, okay, and then I'm pedaling up. So before we get into the breaks, you wanna just get comfortable, get into that landmark, again, from a stagger stance, an even stance, eyeballing the landmark, and then doing it naturally where I'm here and I'm knowing where my landmark is as I keep vision on the quarterback. Reading number one, okay? So if we're reading number one, if he takes that inside release, we stay on our landmark. If he takes an outside release, we're gonna get off our landmark a little bit to protect the whole shot. So you wanna do that 5 times from a different stance. So if you want to practice eyeballing number one, just tell yourself, hey, without a quarterback or without someone to give you outside or inside release, I'm running towards one. If it's an outside, I want to get outside of my landmark. So once I kind of see red flash, I see my landmark, and then I can get a little wider off that landmark. Let's say I want to go inside. As I key one, I see red. He's inside, I can get back up. So it helps to have some type of object that you can spot out of the corner of your eye. I said I'm reading one. He's inside, I'm inside. He's outside, I'm outside. After you've gotten comfortable with your landmarks, now you want to get into your breaks. 135 break to the post, 135 break to the outside, 90-degree breaks, and then 45-degree breaks. All right, so I wanted to give you guys some examples, and before I go, I just wanted to kind of say, we're watching high level football, so SEC, and we're gonna put some NFL clips in here. So when it comes to, like I said, the first thing, which is kind of taking a peek to your landmark and then pedaling up, I would say that's for beginners. So if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're a beginner, right? Peeking to your landmark and then pedaling up. Once you get comfortable, you should be comfortable not having to peek at your landmark, all right? So once you're doing the drill, I want you to do A, B, C. A, peek at your landmark. B, we should know our landmark. We should be able to feel it, all right? We should open, keeping our vision on the quarterback. And then C, level 3 is what the Florida Gators are doing here. We're finding one, then pedaling up, all right? And then they're opening 135 to go get the football middle of the field, okay? Opening up to find number 1, then I'm gonna pedal up and then 135, okay? So this is how the drill is gonna carry over if you were to go to Florida Gators practice, all right? Finding one's inside. I stay in my pedal. Open up 135, so you're gonna do that drill, okay? Finding 135, 135, 90, 90, 45, 45, all right? Practice all of those. And then as we go to this next clip, okay? Again, high level football, Big Ten football. You shouldn't need to peek at your landmark. I can't say this enough. If you're a beginner, start with peeking at your landmark. Then go to keeping vision on the quarterback. Then go to reading number 1. Assuming you're doing this by yourself, it's going to be imaginary number 1. Watch what he does. All right. Doesn't look at 1. Keeps his vision on the quarterback. All right. And again, like I said, there's a bunch of different ways to play cover 2. Is your nickel going to carry number 2 up the seam? Is your safety or is your corner going to be in the trap tech or hard technique or trap technique? How's he carrying 1? Again, we don't know all of that. This is so you guys understand the fundamentals of the technique of knowing how to do it 3 different ways. All right. Keeps vision on the quarterback. Look where he gets. All right. I would say 2-3 yards outside the hash, just like the drill. All right, we read the quarterback back to the seam. Okay, that can be considered a 135 or a 90, depending on just where we get the ball right. But he's kind of flat, opens flat. Okay, so that's where the drill carries over. And then hopefully they don't copyright this. So we're disguising here. All right. Watch how he gets eyes on number 1, crossover run. Number 1's inside. We square up on our pedal. We stay on our landmark, and then he's going to 135 flip back to the middle of the field to go play the football.